In 1903, conservationist John Muir invited President Theodore Roosevelt to the Yosemite Valley for a 3-day camping trip. The intent was to engage Roosevelt in a dialogue about federal protection of American land outside of the papers and politics of Washington, D.C. The outcome of this time outside in Yosemite was the birthplace of the American conservation movement and our national park system. After seeing a few comparisons of Roosevelt to our current president, I was inspired to recreate this legendary camping trip. Like Muir, I wanted to show our president what I love about public lands, and I was hoping that he would be inspired to protect them too. Sleeping under a big moon, guzzling a cold IPA by the fire after a long hike, learning the trails, big open spaces full of dark skies, so dark that the stars can make your head buzz. That's what I wanted to share with the 45th president.
Why, hello there, stranger.
In May, the Trump administration ordered a review of all national monuments established after 1996, so I started reviewing them as well.
Why, hello again, stranger.
We went down to Rio Grande del Norte National Monument in northern New Mexico, gazing deep into the mighty Rio Grande Gorge.
Why, hello again, stranger.
We talked about how monuments can be in cities, like the Statue of Liberty National Monument. Sometimes monuments even turn into national parks. Grand Teton National Monument in Wyoming, or Arches National Monument in Utah. We were invited to assist in a fossil survey in Bears Ears National Monument, the newest monument in America, and one that some are saying is too big. We drove through epic Utah landscapes to meet scientist Rob Gay and get to work.
Hey Rob, thanks for having Donnie and I out today to do some surveys with you in Bears Ears National Monument.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. How long have you been doing work here?
I've been doing work out here in this area for quite a while. Here in Comb Ridge, where we're camped, it's about 2013, 2014, and in the region in general for quite a bit longer than that.
Awesome. And you were involved in helping to get this Bears Ears established as a monument for paleontological reasons. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so there was a big tribal push to protect Bears Ears National Monument because there's lots of ancestral sites and sacred sites in this area, but no one was really talking about the paleontological resources. And so as a paleontologist, I was a little bit concerned with that. I wanted to make sure that paleontology was represented going forward. So I just started poking people until I became annoying enough that enough people listened to me, and I made sure that paleontology was protected in the final proclamation that came out.
Cool. So, we know Dottie's thinking about maybe shrinking Bears Ears National Monument as well as some other monuments. How would that impact your research out here in the field of paleontology?
Well, it's really going to depend on what areas he cuts, but by removing protections from areas that have paleontological resources, it reduces the ability of law enforcement to cover these areas. It reduces the funding available to research these areas. A lot of the fossils out here, we just barely know about. We know that they're out here and they've been found, but hardly any research has been done on them. So as we are going forward and finding more and more of these things and spending more time out here, we're finding world-class fossils that are not found anywhere else. And by removing a protection from a site like that, all of a sudden we may not be able to tell the full story and could be looted and lost to human history.
Dang it! We don't want that. So we're gonna go out and help you survey today. Is that cool? Can
Yeah.
we? Yes.
Come along. Let's go find some ancient monsters.
We did end up finding some fossils, and I think we both learned a lot. I had never considered the scientific value of public lands.
So what? The ripples are from ancient seas?
I asked Rob what he would tell Donald or anyone else who thinks that digging up dead things was just a cool pastime without any value.
Well, Donald, the only way we can find oil is by studying dead things, like forams deep inside the earth. They tell us where the oil deposits are. If you want more oil, you need to study fossils.
Even still, Bears Ears and several other monuments in the U.S. are on the chopping block to be reduced in size so we can drill more oil, which bummed me out. Donald and I are going to keep road tripping through this beautiful country, camping, exploring, and loving our public lands. We hope you'll join us.